It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Giants and the Texans, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. With Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. Happy to welcome you to week 2 of 3 here in the preseason. And this is the week, Brock, where a lot of players, they're not just fighting their opponents out there anymore, but they're fighting each other for the roster spots remaining as we look ahead to the final week of the preseason.
Yeah, that's well said, Kate. And every coach will say the same thing across all 32 teams. Don't count numbers.
Yeah.
Don't look around the room.
Yeah.
Don't look at anybody else. Just worry about doing your job. But when you're outside the top 40 or so, you know it. You know you're on the bubble, and your performance in this game really matters.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And away we go from NRG Stadium. And this is not a good start. That kick falls just short of the landing zone, and this opening drive is going to begin from the 40. So hopefully he's able to find the landing zone next time. His first kickoff gives him some great field position here.
Automatic first down.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's go.
Throwing is Stroud. Escapes the pocket, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And that carry gets him up to the 44 on the solid gain. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Escapes out to the left. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
That's good for a Houston Texans. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. He finds space into the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
All right.
Man in motion, headed right. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone. Mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Texans take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. And they're brought out by the 6th overall pick in 2019. One of the highest drafted Blue Devils ever, Daniel Jones.
Well, the first year of Daniel Jones' new big contract didn't go the way anyone wanted to in New York. The team struggled to a 1-5 start, and an ACL ultimately ended Daniel's season. Remember, before he got that contract, it was his legs, it was his athleticism, it was his movement play that really led the Giants forward. Can he get back to that off that knee injury? We'll all be watching this season.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Right to the air, it's Jones. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Putting the tight end in motion. They go play fake with Jones. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty clear here by these 2 play calls. The offense, they wanted to attack this secondary in the passing game. But this defense, well, they more than respond. It's got them in great shape to make a stand right here on 3rd down and finish off a brisk 3 and out to begin the game.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jimmy Ward has it. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that 3rd down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less, Kate, in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic, not just knock that ball away.
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
Gunnar Olszewski now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants taking the field for their 2nd possession. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jones trying again after the pick. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for Malik Neighbors that time. And now it's 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Whatever could go wrong for him so far certainly has. And so many times when we see a QB throw an interception early, it just starts to get in your head. That little seed of doubt, that little thought that you got to flush of, oh, what's going to happen next?
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans take over as he records his 10th career INT.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they got him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. But you've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
1st and 10, are on to Mixon. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound a defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jason Pinnock picks it. And the Giants get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these 2 defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
The Giants and Daniel Jones making their return to the field now. And Brock, these guys are still searching. They are still searching for their first points, but beyond that, they don't even have a first down yet.
Not even one?
No, they're still searching. I know. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Play fake, Jones. They get it right back, that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Texans will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. And we've got a stoppage here, and it's something you never want to see, especially in the preseason. One of their star players banged up with an injury after that play. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey.
On the ground again with Mixon. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And his gain is stopped on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. Mixon goes up and over for the touchdown. The Texans take a 20-zip lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner, and it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Olszewski. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a 1st down off this defense just yet. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Come on.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well into this 1st half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity in any...
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down! And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
1st sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely, taking the L. on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely third down pickup.
On 3rd and long, it's Jones. Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down, but where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag. That's going to bring up 4th down. The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And this makes it to midfield before it's down. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
They've got a man in motion. Handoff on 2nd and short. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that 6th sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Here we go, let's go.
Stroud now on 3rd. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll come up 1st and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. And oh, he got it! Interception! Jalen Mills has got it. And the Giants will gain possession up beyond their own 20 after a nice return.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Giants about to get to work on offense. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Okay, here we go.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they threw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
The Texans and this running back headed back out for a new series. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Oh, ready.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. We've got a stoppage here. There's a player out there in some pretty obvious discomfort being worked on. All hopes, of course, that it's nothing serious, especially here in the preseason. First down, ball at the 36.
Here we go.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. This play heads out of bounds. Marker down, though, Brock. Could be some free yards here.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. Working inside the red zone. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Tackle made back at the 17-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Texans, who are facing 2nd and 14. From the gun, Stroud. Connection made to Dell. And this is down all the way to the 3.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find his tight end. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
I think in a situation like that, 3rd and inches, defense is certainly thinking stop the run first, but that's well done defensively. Not a problem for them to adapt and get into the right coverage and now force a critical 4th down.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
Their offense ready to take the field now. And this close to their end zone, they have got to be careful, but still enough time that they could mount something of a drive here before the half. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Christian Harris picks it off. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Ooh, partner, this has gotten out of hand early. That pick 6, the latest play, pushing us towards a blowout.
Yeah, everything has gone in their favor so far. You don't see a lot of blowouts in the NFL. It takes this kind of combination, right? Both in personnel and in every phase of the game.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans grow their lead yet again. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. On the return, here comes Olszewski. He stopped on the return at the 27. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air, following the pick 6. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that.
And they pick him off again! Jimmy Ward has it. And he makes the Heffs goal. It's a touchdown on the pick six. All right, Brock, I try never to ask this, but I just feel like in this situation, do we even need to play a second half today? What do you think?
Kate, you should never have asked it. Because if Frank Reich and those Buffalo Bills had that thought, they would have never come back against those Oilers in a playoff game.
Really good point. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. On the return, here comes Olszewski. And look at this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The Giants take over now late in this first half. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10.
Half 18, half 18.
They're going play action. And they pick him off again! Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans have it again after yet another interception.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
The Texans back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Cordell Flott there on the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. We've reached our halftime intermission with the Texans currently in front in Houston. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in just a moment. Want to remind everyone, this is week 2 of the preseason. These two teams will have one more tune-up after this next week, before the regular season gets started on the Thursday following Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Roster spots are going to be won or lost depending on these next 2 quarters. So let's get back to it as I'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Isaiah McKenzie now to return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So to begin the 3rd quarter, the New York offense returning to the field.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
First throw for the backup now. And a man is there to knock that away. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it sets up 2nd down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
They motion the tight end over. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. And wait, what's this? They fake the spike. And that one falls incomplete. An unexpected call, but it does not get the better of them defensively.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, Coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on fourth. They're going for this. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on fourth down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Out now come the Texans on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it's going to be 2nd down. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name.
Oh, my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Their offense running back out now. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Design bootleg here. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, I'll tell you this, Kate, that's we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th.
Here we go, sack.
They kick the running back in motion. Here's the snap on 4th. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Texans have it again after yet another interception. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Ha-ha.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives them 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Pierce. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans continue piling onto this lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes McKenzie. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lock to throw it. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they face 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
2nd and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's Locke to the air. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that brings up 4th and long.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. Lock. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Looking for the back that time. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, that's one of those situations you want to get your back in space. Well, you accomplish that. Unfortunately, you don't make anything happen because you don't bring the ball in cleanly.
Let's go.
From the gun, here's Pierce. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Man in motion out of the slot. They'll go right back to Pierce. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Carlos Basham on the tackle. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Come on. Set. Set, go.
Right back it goes to Pierce. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first.
That is some old school brutality. An offense close to a first down, a defense that knows there's a run headed right its way. In a battle of wills, the offense gets it done.
Finds Woods. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go. Set.
Pierce up the middle. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now Mills. The throw is caught. And in for the Houston touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans continue adding on to that lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now here comes the New York offense. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Locked down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Texans have it again after yet another interception.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Here's Mills. Caught by the open man. Touchdown, Houston. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans tack on 7 more to their lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes McKenzie. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This, our last play of the quarter. Putting a receiver in motion. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he's hit and dropped. So that's going to bring an end to our 3rd quarter, with him picking himself up after that sack. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Giants have it to start the 4th in a game that seems pretty far out of reach. All right, here we go. 2nd down. A give right side to Tracy. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Here's Tracy once more. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. 2 yards on that run. That's going to bring up 4th and 6. Here's Locke. Texans take over as he records his 10th career INT. The fourth down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it. You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? This is Pierce running right. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It'll be 3 total on the play. 4th and 7 now.
It's 4th down.
Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
To throw, here's Locke. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Throwing now, off play action. And they pick him off again! And the Texans get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
And he's brought down for a loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time and talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play, he's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, Kate. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
Third and just 2 to go.
Set. Go.
They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. This 42 yards from the right hash. Everly's kick is good. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes McKenzie. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this one, well, I think we all know it's going to be a tough one to watch again on film, but a lot to be learned from this showing here, right? He's been intercepted 4 times, and it's been real tough to get a good read on what the coverage has been doing to stop him. They've got first down from the 31. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That pass is caught by Wandale Robinson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Gotta hurry this to the line. Another try following the sack. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Trying to force one through there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. All right, one more snap to play here. One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So it's the Texans who defend their building to take the win. And they'll enter the final week of the preseason with a little momentum thanks to this victory. Ahead of that last tune-up before the games start to count. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Texans as we'll see you next time from Houston.